Okay, you're thinking about putting a course together and you have no idea how to get started. You've got all this stuff in your head and you're thinking, how can I organize this and put it into my first course? I want to be able to sell courses. I want to be able to guarantee an outcome to someone. I got a real passion for something, but how do I organize it? And what is it that I should put into the course? Even though I know it, I want to make sure that the people that I want to teach, they want to learn what it is I have to teach. So how do I put that together? Well, we're going to show you, or I'm going to show you in this video today, and it's kind of a neat thing because it's a free tool that you can use that isn't what everyone's talking about right now, which is ChatGTP. Another good tool to use. This one's a little bit different because it's specific content, specific questions that are being asked today by your potential students or learners. And I'm going to show you why it's important. Now, just to put this in context for people, I usually use a mind map and put together a flow or a structure for courses. The reason I do that is because a lot of the things that I teach are process-oriented. Well, all courses aren't process-oriented, so sometimes it can be a little bit hard putting all of this together. And if you're in a situation where you're not teaching a specific process, but you're teaching principles and ways to apply things, this is going to really make sense to you. And what is it? You're going to be able to answer the questions that people have, which are the classic questions. What is it? Why is it important? When should I use it? How do I do it? What are some examples? When is it applied? Why would I want to do it? That who, what, where, when, how, and why, those standard questions that people have. If we know what people are asking and we're able to answer them, it's just a question of putting those principles in place in a course, whether that be visual, audio, written text, but putting it together in something that we can call a course and be able to either give away or, more importantly, be able to generate revenue from our expertise and our knowledge on how we put together this in a course. Now, here's an example of why it's important. If you're just doing a tutorial like this one, for example, it's a video. It's not a course. It's a tutorial on how to do something specific or something interesting that you might be able to apply to your unique situation. But if you're doing a full course, like I am on this screen as an example, you can see on the right-hand side, we've got 8 modules. There's 44 lessons. Some of those lessons have topics, and there's quizzes throughout this. This is a detailed course that answers a lot of questions. For example, how do you prepare to build your campus? How do you build the campus? How do you market the courses? These are steps or a process that we go through. But there's questions that need or can be answered in here. So let's take a look at how I came up with these questions and built them into this process. So we tied them together. Well, this is a free website. Again, it's not ChatGTP, which you can use to find out, for example, what the top 50 questions people have about your topic. But this will actually give you the search results for the questions that people are asking today about your topic. It's called Answer the Public, and what we'll do right now is I'll go through a little quick short demo on how it works and how you can use it to put together your course, or more importantly, get an idea of what the content should be for your course based on your expertise. Now, one of the things, again, that I talk about all the time is making sure that when you ever put your course together, you put it together from the learner's perspective, not yours. You're the subject matter expert, but what's important is what are the people that you're teaching, what are the questions that they have, and what is it they need to learn to get done or to learn whatever they need to learn about. Answer the Public helps us out because it gives us real insight to what they're searching for today in the searches they're making today. So how do we use this? Well, we're on the Answer the Public site right now. If you haven't been here before, you may or may not be asked to register with a free email address for three searches a day. I came to the site again with one browser here today, and it's allowing me to do a search to start off with. Without registering, you may have to register. I just know that the freemium model is limited, I believe, to 3 searches a day at this point. So how do we work this? Well, let's start off and just put in what we want to learn about. So let's say I want to do I'm going to do a search just because it's easy for me to think about, is create online courses. I'll just do create an online course. What country do I want to search from, or where geographically are the results being generated from? I can do the country that I'm in, or I can go down if I want a better or a larger number of people to look for their searches. I can pick the states, for example, or whatever geography you want. And I'm doing English as the language. Again, you can customize this for your particular unique situation, but I'm just going to click search. And what's happening in the background is Answer the Public's going to take a look at all the current searches that are being done on Google, and it's going to bring it back to me with a unique or visual representation that we can use as course creators to put together our course content and figure out what content should we include, or what content is important to the people who are learning from us. And they've organized them, the 348 results, in a couple different ways: related, alphabetical, comparisons, prepositions, and questions. Let's look at the questions first, because that's the one that usually comes up. So I can use a visualization, which shows me the pinwheel. And again, we've got the who, what, where, when, how, why. These are all across the side. So we can take a look at them and say, for example, who should be creating an online course? Who should be selling it? How do I do it? Can it, or is it a good idea? When is a good idea to do one? So these are the questions. If we look through these are the questions that people actually have about creating an online course. These are the searches they're doing. If at any time you want to click on one of these, what it actually does is, if you click on it, it'll open up a new browser and it'll bring you to the Google search results for that search phrase. These are the actual phrases that people are putting in, and Answer the Public tries to organize them in the context of where, why, and how, when, what, which, all of those kind of things for questions. But these are live questions. People are asking them today, and this lets you know which ones are being asked more and which ones are being asked less. Okay, so that's the first part, is questions. Let's scroll down a little bit later, and we'll go to prepositions. Again, same idea: for, with, to, without, is. Now you're probably going, well, does this really apply to me? I don't even know what a preposition is, or I don't want to know what a preposition is or how to apply to me. So the other thing you can do is, even you think maybe, well, the visual representation doesn't apply to me, take a look here and you'll see that it's got visualization or data. Now, why is that data important? Because again, it allows you to put context around the questions that people are asking. Just take a look at these, and are these questions that you as an expert are able to answer, and are people wanting to find answers to them? For example, create an online course in 60 minutes. Is that something that can be done? How do you want to do it? Why would you want to do it? When can you do it? What kind of course is a 60-minute course? Again, these are all questions in order of importance that people are asking. So that's prepositions. Let's go to comparisons. Same thing down here. Here's a great example here. I just wanted to show this one to you. Create an online course without being on camera. That's one I get asked all of the time. Creating an online course, which platform should I use? I get asked all of the time. Here's another one, comparisons. So these are the versus, or, and, like. Again, these are all ones that if you click on these, you're going to go and be able to see in order of people who are searching for them. Create an online course, like an online course. Or people are trying to figure out, should I do a paid course or should I do a free course? Should I do it with PowerPoint or not with PowerPoint? And you can look at it visually to get some ideas. And again, for questions, you can just pick it to data. And anytime you click on these, you get brought to the live search results on Google in the country that you picked, in the language that you picked, so that you know what people are actually searching for. And if in fact you have a course idea that's something people will pay for, at least want to take. And the last one is alphabeticals. It's a complete list of all of the searches in your particular idea, that theme, that topic, all of the searches that are being done in the language they're being done in. And this is all current. So what I want you to do is I want you to take a look, go into the site, and if you've got an idea for a course, you're redoing a course, you're thinking about a course, you're researching a course, go take a look at this and find out what people are looking for. It's a quick shortcut that's going to give you the opportunity to know beforehand if there's a real demand for your course and what you're trying to put together. I just want to touch on one thing here. When I'm recording this, ChatGTP, which is the artificial intelligence engine that a lot of people are using, one of the questions course creators, for example, use is, what are the top 50 course topics? Or what are the top 50 questions people ask who are creating an online course? What would they be? ChatGTP will fill out a list of questions for you. Now, the thing you have to remember is that those questions, maybe the top 50 questions, but they're completely out of context. You don't know when they were asked. You don't know when the stats were from. And you don't know the competitors or the people that were involved in generating or being part of the weighting of that process. So you can use ChatGTP along with this tool. If you get the questions and ask the questions on ChatGTP, use the phrases or the way that they've asked the questions from that tool, bring them in here and see what happens. The great part is when you use this tool, you get direct links to the search results at Google that the people who are searching would be able to see. So this is another great tool, not only to give you the structure of the course, but also know the demand for the course before you put it together. So find the course topic, find out if there's demand for it, use this to find out the questions people are asking, and then after that, use the mind map that we've discussed and other things to put it into some steps or an order that makes sense for your course. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, make sure to ask in the comments below or visit teachonline.io, where we teach people, subject matter experts, how to start, build, and grow their own education business. This is James Maduke speaking. Take care. Expect the best.